Exiting Autobahn and entering in a city may look simple, but in reality, you must follow the correct lane, you must check the surrounding, you must adopt speed early, and then we have to exit the Autobahn. In this video, I will show you how to correctly exit the Autobahn and safely enter in a city. Today we are driving on Autobahn A7 and I will show you exactly how you can leave the Autobahn and how you can use the deacceleration lane and how to read the signs correctly and enter in a city area. And then also I will show you how you can drive confidently in a city area. This is very important because when you leave the Autobahn, everything changes very quickly. On Autobahn, you may drive at a speed around 130, 150 or even more than 180 km per hour. But after the exit, suddenly you may need to drive at a speed around 50 km per hour. Follow roundabout rules, check cyclists, pedestrians, traffic lights, lane markings, and we have to adopt the speed based on the city speed limits. So in this video, I will not talk about only the exit, but I will also talk about the understanding what we need to follow when we are transiting from Autobahn. So now we are on a deacceleration lane. So here we have to reduce the speed on deacceleration lane only. Before exiting, what we need to do is we need to read the signboard early. We need to confirm the correct exit, then we have to move correctly in a lane, and then we have to check our mirrors, check our blind spot, and then we have to exit the Autobahn. So here now we are about to enter in the city area, and additionally we have seen the signboard says that we are the end of Autobahn. So this confirms that we are out of Autobahn, and now from here we want to turn right, and additionally there was a give way sign. This confirms that if there is a vehicle on the main road, they will have the priority. And additionally, as we are about to enter in the city area, the maximum permissible speed is 50 km per hour. If you found this video helpful, please like, share and subscribe to my channel for more practical driving tips and guidance in Germany. After turning right, we have seen a priority road sign, and now here we are about to enter into the roundabout. So whenever we are entering the roundabout, the vehicle inside the roundabout will have the priority. Then before exiting, we have to indicate and then we have to exit the Autobahn. So here in this case, we want to take the second exit. So this is the first exit and now this is the second exit. So before exiting, we have to indicate and then we have to come out of the roundabout. And now here the speed limit is still 50 km per hour. If you want to know how roundabout rule works inside Germany, I have created a separate video on this topic. By watching that video, you will understand how the roundabout rule works inside Germany. Additionally, there was a warning sign for the cyclists at the distance of 150 meters. Early signboard reading is essential when we are driving in the city area. Earlier, we were driving on German Autobahn where the speed was, or we were driving at a speed around 120 to 130 km per hour. And now suddenly we can see that we exit the Autobahn and now we have to follow the city speed limits. So now again we want to turn right. So here we indicated and now we are merging on a motorway. Now I think we are merging onto the motorway or an outside city road. Here we can see that overtaking is not allowed, and additionally there was a give way sign. Whenever we see a give way sign, this means that we have to wait, we have to check for the oncoming traffic, and then if there is a safe gap, then only we have to enter safely on the main road. Outside city areas in Germany, the general maximum permitted speed for cars is usually 100 km per hour, unless sign shows a different speed limit. As I am driving outside city area, now I am driving at a speed around 95 to 97 km per hour, which is suitable for this road. Now here additionally, as we are driving on outside city road, this is a different kind of outside city roads. So in Germany, there are two types of outside city roads. So in one case, there will be oncoming traffic and the road will be divided with the dotted white line, and in another case there will be two lanes which will be going into the same direction, and for overtaking there will be a specific sections. So now as we are driving on this particular outside city road, here we can see there are before that there was a dotted white lines. And now here we can see the road is divided with the solid as well as a dotted line. So this sign means that if you are driving from the opposite lane, if you want to complete the overtaking maneuver, in that case you are allowed to do that. So remember that if the dotted are from your side, you are allowed to complete the overtaking maneuver. But if for your side, if you have a solid white lines, this confirms that you are not allowed to cross those lines. So understanding the transition phase is really important when we are exiting the Autobahn, then we are driving in the city area, and then when we are driving outside city area. Until now, we have already seen 2 or 3 major speed transition. First, we were driving on Autobahn where the speed was around 130 to 150 km per hour. Then we took the exit, we entered a city area where the maximum permissible speed was 50 km per hour. After that, we joined outside city road, and here now we can see the maximum permissible speed is 100 km per hour. Now here the speed limit is reduced to 80 km per hour due to tunnel. So here, as we are driving inside tunnel area, we need to remember all the rules and regulations which are associated with the tunnel. So now the maximum speed limit is 80, and here as we are driving continuously in the tunnel area, we need to switch on our headlights if necessary. Then if you are wearing sunglasses, then we have to take it out, and then in case of emergency, we have to follow the emergency roadways. Now the speed limit is changed from 80 to 100 km per hour. And now as we want to exit the motorway, so here we indicated, we check our mirrors, and now we are in a deceleration lane. So now here we are exiting the motorway. Earlier we have entered tunnel. Important thing which we need to remember inside tunnel is we have to follow the speed limit strictly. We have to keep safety distance between the two vehicles. Do not overtake if it's not allowed. Stay in your lane, and then we have to turn on your main lights. Then we have to avoid sudden braking, and then watch for the lane markings carefully. So now here we are entering in the city area, and additionally there was a warning sign at a distance of 100 meters, and this warning sign was for the roundabout. As I said earlier, whenever we are driving inside a roundabout, if the vehicle inside the roundabout, they will be having the first priority, and before exiting we have to indicate. So in this case, as we want to take the first exit, so here we have to indicate, and then we have to exit the roundabout. Now again we can clearly see we are driving outside city area. This confirms that the maximum permissible speed is 100 km per hour. I have also created a separate video where I talked about how you can drive confidently outside city areas in Germany. If you watch that video, you will understand how to change the lane, how to drive confidently outside city roads, and if you want to complete the overtaking maneuver, how you can do that. So by watching that video, you will understand how you can drive confidently outside city roads in Germany. So now here, as we can see, we are going down the hill and the road is turning left. So in this case, we have to drive carefully because we will not be able to identify where the road goes if there are oncoming traffic. So to avoid dangerous situations from happening, in this case we have to drive carefully and watch out for the other road users. Now additionally we can see there is a different or separate cycle path on outside city road. Now here we can see we are entering in a city area, and additionally we see a separate lane for the bus, and this lane is divided with a solid white line. Whenever we see a solid white line, this means that we are not allowed to cross that line. And now from this traffic light we want to turn right. So before turning right, we have to indicate, we have to check for the oncoming traffic, then we have to check for the pedestrians and the cyclists, and then we have to turn right. Driving inside cities is really challenging. This is because inside cities we need to pay attention to pedestrians, then we need to check for the cyclists, bus lanes, then traffic lights, lane arrows, parking vehicles or park vehicles, right turns, and then we have to check for the pedestrian crossing, and even if we are entering in the 30 zone, we have to watch out for them. Now let's talk about some of the common driving exam mistake. So whenever people wants to exit the Autobahn and enter into the city area, these are some of the common driving exam mistakes what they make. First, preparing too late for exit the Autobahn. Then second, staying in the wrong lane. Third, braking suddenly on the main Autobahn lane. Then next, not using deceleration lane properly. Then missing, say, signboards. Next, missing signboards. Then entering roundabout without giving priority. As we were driving continuously, sometimes we'll forgot to use the correct priority rules. Then next, driving too fast after leaving the Autobahn and not checking cyclists and pedestrians are some of the common driving exam mistakes what we need to avoid. So in this video, we saw how to correctly exit the Autobahn A7, then how to safely enter in the city area. Some of the important points are how to read the exit signs early, move the right lane in advance, then indicate in real time, and then I have shown you how to drive outside city and in the city area. If you found this video helpful, please like, share and subscribe to my channel for more practical driving tips and guidance in Germany.